Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and welcome back to Pro Cycling Manager 2020. It's Women's Tour, it's episode number 8, and we're on to my favorite, personal favorite, because it's my home race, Cascade Cycling Classic. It's a big sponsor objective, though, and it's a top 10 for a 5-stage race. That has a lot of climbing, and a lot of difficult roads. So good luck to us getting any sort of result. I think the free fall is likely to continue, but with that, here we go. Stage 1. Sheer is almost certainly going to be the favorite overall because Moke is a sprinter, Sheer is our climber, and you can see actually even at just a 70 and trying to bring the riders to the front, they're not going there. they're going backwards. So we're going to have to speed that up a little bit. It's only 70k for this stage, and we're already 5k into that, so this is going to be intense throughout. Going to make sure nobody falls out the back, and we're going to have to work hard just to make it to the front and get into position. Sheer is there. Sheer 0 on the race day condition, but does have a couple of pluses. Moke is kind of the other rider that we're likely to ride for. Top Perez potentially is the third one. We have a 6-person team for this one. O'Neill definitely not going to be one of them, so you can protect Sheer. You can see we're blinking red at 75 a little bit, so we're going to have to speed up even more. DeWitt and Schmidt are the others. They're up here, so we're not waiting on anyone any longer. Still waiting for them to get kind of properly in position. DeWitt finally there now. Go ahead and protect Moke. And then Schmid finally makes it up here as well. And yes, Top Perez is the third rider. So Sheer, Moke, Top Perez, our favorites. Main thing, stay in contention. We are not looking for a stage win or anything like that. We are looking for survival.
Several riders are attempting to break away
as a primary. Because much more than that is just asking much too much. This is classified as a hilly stage. There is a good little bit of climbing. And there's a lot of gravel on here, but it's not showing up as a gravel section. So, looks really nice, by the way. This is an excellent looking stage. And I know these kind of roads. I know these roads well.
That's half the race done. There should be a lot more movement from now on in. A couple of
O'Neill, Schmid, already struggling.
They obviously don't have
Big
anybody in the
split.
breakaway group.
How did we end up this far back? Moke is this bad of a climber? A 62? She went that far back in one little climb? Come on, Moke. It's not a terrible thing if there ends up a huge split and 4 of my riders, including the important one, are at the front. Wouldn't be terribly opposed to that, but with just 30k to go, here we are. Do I want somebody to go get water? It's a risky game.
We've got just 1/3 of the race
let's go ahead and
left
take
to
that
run.
gambit.
Now's not the time to give up watching.
Do it on the task, 20k to go. 8 riders away. It's only 30 seconds. So they are not going to win this thing. It's definitely coming from the pack. And the whole pack is still together with 15k to go. And a bit of climbing still to come. Hit this tricky mountain again. I'm waiting until we're partway up. Now we are partway up. This is the perfect time. 11k to go. I'm going to set this up. Especially with some attacks starting to come off the front. You can see just how far behind we are on that, even though we were at the front just a moment ago. And now all of a sudden we're in the middle of the peloton and falling back quick. Moke, you're going to follow Sheer. Try to go for the sprint. Top Perez is going to be the ultimate lead out, though. And then O'Neill and... No. You know what? Schmid first, then O'Neill. Race day condition, though. O'Neill's further back than I want you to be. Schmid's further up. So Schmid... sorry, swallow the pride. You're going first. You're on a -2 anyway.
There are just 10 kilometers left.
Okay, Schmid bringing us forward quickly. That's good. Here's the climbing part, though. This is where we're going to have some trouble. This, right now, is the biggest climb of the day, and you're seeing how it's just destroying. O'Neill was fine just a second ago, and already is not. And O'Neill, not even... Look how far backwards we're going. And I'm down to just 3 riders. Top Perez. Go ahead and gel up. We're stuck behind one slow rider. Can't find our way through. I'm guessing Moke is probably... No, Moke's there. Okay, Top Perez, can you bring us forward now? 7K to go. Finding a gap through this. And we're just about done climbing. And only one rider off the front, and we're not in a horrible position here.
The finish line is getting close.
6K to go. Time to gel up.
Road sign.
And gel up.
Those guys up front aren't going to be
Okay,
making
it's really starting to split
today.
off. 89 riders now. 4K to go. Oh, Top Perez. Come on.
The pack is just
Last
reeled
climb
in
besides the
escape
finish.
group.
Top Perez is stuck behind Sheer. And Sheer's trying to follow Top Perez. And we just lost it. You gotta be kidding me. That is so ridiculous. Top Perez was in front of Sheer, and then all of a
It's going to
sudden
be very fast.
went backwards. Now we are chasing. And losing. Losing a lot of ground. 600
nobody
meters
can
to go.
dispute that win. It was very well deserved. The tailenders
We
are
were in
still
the
coming
group.
in.
We were in the group. And we might have lost it already on stage 1. If time gaps are given. We all know how time gaps are on this game.
Just in case you missed
They are
them,
never
here are
given
the race
unless
highlights.
you're the one behind. In which case they seem to always be given. If you're behind any riders at the front. Maybe not. Yep, time gap's given. There you go. Right in front of us. They gave a time gap. So my entire team just lost 46 seconds. And our race is ruined. We're not going to get top 10. No way. And all because the game glitched out and our rider following somebody suddenly was in front of that rider trying to slow down, and then that rider is trying to speed up but can't go because somebody in front of them is trying to slow down. Ultimately going nowhere. And it just cost us our top 10. There's no way it's happening now. And the game that never gives the time gaps did what it always does, gives the time gap right in front of you. But you know what? I knew this was going to happen. I knew we were not going to get a top 10 here. It's okay. It's okay. It'll be okay. Stage 2, Mitchell. Been there.
Hello to one and all. The route is fairly hilly, so there should be plenty of action. The race will take place in beautiful weather conditions.
Race day condition, no help for the team today. In fact, our top 2 climbers are both on negatives. If we lose any time here, we'll have to just accept it and move on to whatever our next objective
The
is.
pack is increasing
Knowing
its
that
work
we'll have
rate.
failed
Some
this
teams
one.
can't be happy with the
I'd
breakaway.
save the other new stages for another day. It's another short stage, just 90K. Fair bit of undulation. Good bit of the climbing though right here, right now, at the beginning. Oh my goodness. Really? Really? The whole team got dropped on that climb. And I didn't catch on until way too late. What are you doing back here, Top Perez? Oh my goodness, you got dropped like 5 seconds into the climb. I see why O'Neill's dropped. They got nothing left from that climb, but jeez. Come on, Moke. Come on, Moke. Wow. I dropped the ball trying to speed up through the beginning, but that was crazy.
The pace has slowed somewhat. It's perhaps due to fatigue, but I'd bet on some sort of tactical choice.
We're literally the last two riders. And O'Neill's gonna come join them soon. Schmid and Moke, I thought, had made contact, but they've already lost it. On the second part of the climb, Sheer barely hanging on here. There's a split here, but I do think that Sheer's group will regain contact. Moke, yeah, not so sure about it. I'm going to set to auto. Top Perez, I want you to make your way up to O'Neill. Come on now. Yeah, it's not going to last though, is it? Next round of climbing already. Shear's recovered to the front, but not much left in the tank. Moke has a lot left in the tank and is in a group that's getting closer. Schmid made her way back up to Moke, but it didn't last. Top Perez also struggling here. O'Neill, DeWitt are the last two riders on the road now. Top Perez barely ahead of that point. Schmid, no man's land. Here's Moke. Gonna try to bridge the gap with this next group here. No? There you go. Okay, we brought that together. That's a larger group now. Sheer dropped and no energy left on the last big climb of the day. Super steep. And as expected, just not strong enough. Nowhere near strong enough to go. Okay, auto. Moke. Let's go focus on Sheer. Can we regain contact? There's the front of the race.
Well, nobody can
Sheer,
dispute
this is
that
already the
win.
finish.
It was very well deserved.
This is already the finish. Oh, 62nd. And nothing in the tank left. That's still better than a season ago. So, never mind. Stage 1. This is where things stepped up, got more serious. I made a mistake thinking that they were going to get over that first climb. And I didn't properly prepare for that. But even if I had, it was quite clear that the whole team would have gotten dropped eventually. Let's see if anybody missed the time cut, because that certainly could happen in a very short stage. And we lost a lot of time, but came within the time cut, so there you go. They're still alive. 15 riders at the front. Alright, well, I'm completely out of contention, so new Cascade Cycling Classic stages 3, 4, and 5. Those updates, the view is going to have to wait till next season. This team is just much too weak, so we move forward. Another failed objective. Let's see how far the confidence falls. At the end of the race here, Malseed takes the win ahead of Prieto and Witten. Sheer took 55th overall at 6.5 minutes behind. And we're going from 50% on the sponsor confidence to about 42, 43. That's not that big of a drop, so that helps. We are really running out of chances for this to drop much more. So I think we're going to be okay. We're not going to lose our sponsorship. Most likely. Let's go ahead and continue on with the next objective. Kendall Ryan is a rider that's probably a bit of out of our range, and at 27 years old, isn't likely to improve a whole lot. Just a Baradeur, but has some attributes that are much stronger than what we have in some other categories. And so we'll go ahead and put some points into her at this point. We're not going to get much else. We're really, really not going to get much else in terms of quality. We're going to have to settle for a lot of these very limited choices and just find some riders that have potential. And that's going to be about it. We're not going to be able to grab a significant increase in quality in any way, shape, or form. So ultimately, I'm going to have to maybe build for the future just a little bit as we get through our dossiers the rest of the way between now and the signing period upcoming. So I'm on to stage 2 of the Sportland Women's Tour, further down the calendar. And first off, the reason why I'm on stage 2 and not stage 1, stage 1 was a time trial. The entire team has time trial ratings below 60, with one exception, Erica Klaus. She has a 61 time trial rating. We're not going to light any time trials on fire with that type of rating. She had a good day, though. She actually did finish 11th, but she was a minute behind. It's a good result, but it's still nowhere near being in contention. We have 82 kilometers left in this stage 2. The objective? Win a stage, which, okay, free fall continues. We're not going to get any wins, but we try. So first effort, send somebody at the break. Hope that the break can stay away. We're a very weak team. That seems like a good strategy. Okay, so that was that part. Now the next part is trying to get somebody to win a stage from the pack. There's only 62 riders in the peloton today, but there's 2 big climbs at the end of this one, and that is going to destroy this team. That is really, really going to destroy this team. We're not going to be looking too good when we hit that point. So let's go ahead and get Top Perez back to get water for the one and only time today. Schmid hanging on in this group, but barely. We actually dropped somebody. Wow. We weren't the first one dropped? No way. Go Schmid. Kaya Schmid, you're my hero right now. You weren't the worst. And that makes me happy this season. Just not being the worst. Anytime that we are not the worst, I'm happy. And that's right now. Because somebody else got dropped. And she's still at the front. She even just won a sprint point. By default, but that's fine. She rolled through at the front. Alright, well, here we go. Here we go. Pain and suffering in the legs. Welcome, welcome. They're instantly ditching me. They know that it's a good opportunity to do so. Schmid, try to climb it in 85. Everybody else, climb it a little bit more. You still have support riders. Schmid's going to end up back in the group here very, very shortly. 4K to go to the top of the climb. And back we go. Moke.
Some team managers mustn't
to ride a
appreciate the
little bit
fact that
harder
there is
here.
a breakaway, given that the pack has increased its speed.
Sheer. Nice little climb here going on. Schmid's still up there. Half a minute ahead. And actually caught one of the 2 riders and passed him up. So good job by Schmid, but now Schmid's out of energy and going to go backwards before the top of the
pack is
climb.
slowly whittling away the lead.
59 in the peloton. Nobody's been
The breakaway is
dropped
not to
yet.
everybody's liking. The peloton has
Just
significantly
2 of the
increased
3
its
breakaway
speed.
riders being, or
The pace
3
is
of
so
4
high that a few
breakaway
riders are
riders
gonna be
being
very
caught.
sore at the end of the
Finally,
break.
over the top, there is a bit of a split. Now just 48 left. And Schmid is here. Do I want to try to send... gosh, we're already on the base of the final climb. So, no, that's not going to happen. You protect Sheer, please.
15
Okay.
kilometers remaining.
Use your gel. Sykes, use your gel. Tupperez, use your gel. Okay, set those 3 to auto, and we refocus on the front. So Sheer or Klaus. Definitely not Moke. It's about a stage, not about the overall. So we will protect Sheer, Klaus. Stay on our wheel. Sheer. Set you to an 89. We're on the last flat section here. Under
Only
10K
10
to go.
kilometers left.
And here we go. 46 riders, 10K to go. That's an awfully long time, but this is the only way that makes sense to do this. $59 mountain, 57 hill, 60 resistance. Moke will not last long like that, but at least we can get out front. And that's all I need. I don't need to be blitzing the field. Just staying out front. 8K to go. Okay, first acceleration. First attack. Moke has neutralized that one. It's an easy. Second attack is neutralized. We're getting a lead out for a potential third one with the favorites. Okay, Klaus, you're going to be taking over here in a moment. Moke, not a bad ride at all. Moke just did 4K of the climb, and it was the hardest 4K of the climb. And we're down to 30 in the group, and we're still in contention. Unfortunately, Sheer is almost as burnt out as Klaus is, which means I don't think I'm going to have either one of them left at the end. Sheer, try to protect Klaus. Klaus is doing a little bit better. Nope, no attack, no attack, no attack. 23 left. And we're done climbing. We're done climbing. Can we just get same time as... I can't get same time as the group. I have to go for the win.
There we go. The sprint is
Go,
on.
Klaus.
The riders are
Go,
setting
Klaus.
themselves
Ugh.
up. Great stuff. Teamwork really paid off.
Right there,
And
and we can't even grab top 10 on the stage.
bacon.
Kuchinoda for the win. Fisher second. Somebody has measles in third. Salama takes
The tail riders are
12th.
still coming in.
Means nothing to you, but it's a Filipino rider. Go Philippines. My wife's from the Philippines. And that means thank you. Salamat. Klaus, 16th. It's a top 25 on the stage. That's not going to amount to anything, though. Stage 3. I had 3 attempts at getting into the breakaway here on the third stage. Every attempt failing miserably. One of them couldn't even get off the front of the peloton at all. 2 of them barely got off the front of the peloton and were caught almost immediately. And they were the only riders that I felt willing to part with on a potential sprint stage. So that was it. 5 riders in the break, 2.5 minutes ahead. I don't think they're a major threat today, but 2.5 minutes at this point with a chase group this size has a chance. I mean, I wouldn't rule it out. Little double climb right now will do some damage. I would imagine some of the 61 riders will not be in the peloton. Possibly. I don't know. First climb, nobody's dropped, but what about the second? Chase isn't that hard yet. We get over the top. Same climb, another time, and then we go towards the finish. And yeah, I think we're okay. 40K to go. I need water one final time. I think maybe Schmid can handle that. Let's give it a shot. Finally, somebody dropped. Schmid back in position, gets the water, Okay, now we come up on the climb.
There's an attack in
Let's
the group at
prepare
the
for
front.
that climb.
With less
Set
than
an
20
84 for
kilometers to the
everyone.
line, the breakaway
Still a
holds more than
minute to
minute's lead.
the final
Things
4
are
riders,
far from
but
over.
they are crumbling. In fact, now just 1 rider left. And we're okay through there. 18k to go. It's a downhill finish. I like downhill finishes. Yes, I do.
That's the end of the breakaway. The pack gave them no chance.
16k to go. Okay, we're on the butte. We'll go across the top here for a little bit, but then we have that nice little downhill finish. I'm going to wait until we get to here. Alright. And set myself up. Schmid's out. Schmid's done. Set them to auto. Sykes, Gel, Topper Res, Gel. Moke the Sprinter. Oh, and good downhill rating. Klaus, lead out. In sheer. Topper Res. And Sykes in an okay position there. Sykes, let's take the right hand side of the road where there's a lot more space. Okay, we're lining up okay.
Meaning that an attack is highly unlikely.
We're about to
Only 10
crest the
kilometers
butte
left.
and start that downhill swing. Sykes is out of energy already. So on to Top Perez. Thought Sykes was going to last a little longer than that, but no. Guess not.
The sprinters are positioning themselves
60
up
riders
front.
left.
There will probably be a mass
I
sprint
figured a
finish.
few more would be dropped than that, but they are starting to fall off now. 6.7k. I mean, just like that, we're coming down to the end here. Under 6k and downhill. We don't want to wait too long on these things.
The finish line is getting close. The riders just
Okay,
passed the
99
5
from here on
kilometer
out.
sign.
Top Perez, can you get out of the way, please? Block some other team. Are they sprinting already? Feels like they are. 3.4. It's downhill. Attack it. Attack it. Come on now.
And he moves on to the attack. It could be
Okay,
decisive.
2.1.
And there goes
Klaus.
a mad burst for the final sprint.
Final K. Klaus and a Moke got dropped. What happened, Moke? Moke got dropped. Look at where Klaus is. Moke had a chance on this stage.
He snatched victory.
Moke
in
had a
that mass
chance.
sprint finish. He
Why
can
did you
thank
get
his
dropped?
teammates who led him out in
Klaus
perfect
hangs on for
condition.
5th place. At least we get 5th. That's not bad. It'll go down.
Waiting for the back markers,
Still
who
as a
appear to
failure
be
though.
fairly numerous in this difficult race.
Moke had a chance. Great downhill rating, and our top sprinter. And Klaus, that was the best lead out we've had this year that I can remember anyway. And the sprinter wasn't on the wheel of the lead out rider. Something happened.
Now for the best
I didn't
moments
see
of
it.
the day.
I was focused on timing it right, which it was timed right. She was just out of position. Stage 4, no chance. Stage 4 is way too much undulation. We will have no riders left at the finish line. So that is another failure in the bag. Let's see what happens. We're still at 43%. It was only a 1-star objective, but I'm not sure I saw any change. Maybe we dropped 1%. And if that's the case, these last two, a 2-star and a 1.5 star, with the aging tour after the cutoff, they shouldn't have much of an impact at all. And even if we do drop from the yellow into the orange, we've already noted that acceptable, 83,000. Mediocre, 83,000. It's not going to decrease because there's a minimum amount of money with the sponsor. We're technically already at the minimum. So, that being said, it's not going to drop either way, whether we hit mediocre or acceptable. But we're definitely going to get nowhere near bad. So, that much is now a done deal. I don't even really need to worry about those last 2 sponsor objectives. We might just push to the signing period at the beginning of the next episode. I'll think about it. We'll figure out if we do that or not. We might do a small amount of racing. We might not. That might be enough. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button. I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. And bye for now.